Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Mile Arc. Today we are doing Leg 22 of our 50 state series, smack dab in the middle of this thing. Massachusetts today, and we're in the Twin Otter. I know it's not an appropriate livery for Massachusetts, but there are like 5 liveries, and they're all foreign liveries, so except for one, which we use a lot. So anyway, I just picked it, haven't used this one in a long time. So, big breath there, we are in Massachusetts, and we are going from Worcester, Massachusetts, and Northampton, Massachusetts. I chose these because of my day job, which I want to talk about during story time today. I plan on doing more story time. I've been getting feedback that people enjoy my stories. In fact, some people aren't here for the flights, they're here for my stories, which how awesome is that? So great. It helps me pass the time and people are enjoying it. So if you don't like the stories, you can either wait for another flight or just turn it down, whatever. So anyway, I'm here because of my job, which I'll talk about during story time. Like I said, I have a technician, one of our good technicians that I speak to regularly on the phone, and his area, he's here a lot. He's in Worcester. He teases me because I can't say it correctly. He's based out of Connecticut, actually, but he goes to Worcester and then Northampton all the time. So that's how I chose this. Real world weather is turned on. It's a morning flight. It's like 8:30 or something in the sim. I fly after my bedtime in real life, but real world weather. Time in the morning, of course, it looks earlier than it is because the simulator has the seasons backwards or something. So it gets light later and dark early in the Northern Hemisphere in the summer for some reason. Whatever. I'm not gonna fight it. Just gonna go with it. And I'm just spinning around slowly here. Whoever modeled the airport did a good job. They put like 150 starts. I just chose one. Otherwise, what else to say? I think that's good enough for an introduction. I chose the Twin Otter because I think I was going to use the Beaver, but Beaver's completely broken. I cannot get it to run without crashing my sim. So Beaver's done until it's updated, if it's ever updated. That's a Soulmate sim one, by the way. I know there are other Beavers out there, but after the Soulmate sim, I just can't replace with anything else. Hopefully it gets updated. Otherwise, if I have a need for Taildragger, Coronado is releasing the Beach 18. I hope they release it for X-Plane and not just P3D. Only time will tell. Anyway, here we go. Let's stop spinning in circles because I'm getting dizzy. So anyway, people are boarding. Their lights are on. Some of them have lights on. I turned a few of these lights on. We have external power hooked up, so we do have lighting inside. People can see what they're doing. Anyway, what do we need to do? Seatbelt signs are on. Oh, if you want to see what that does, by the way. If you want to look up here, seatbelt sign. Right there. No smoking. They work in this version. This is version 2, by the way, of the Turbo Twin Otter. GT6300 Twin Otter by RWDesign. Means Rob Wilson Design. One-man show. Does an amazing job. Otherwise, what are we going to do? Here we go. We're going to hop up front is what we're going to do. We're going to check this parking brake. Just down there on the pedestal. We're going to do our fuel and payload, which is on the black book. And you click on fuel or weight balance. Move this over. I wish this would remember where I have it. We go through this every time. We're going to load this full of people because they all want to go for a little 53 nautical mile trip. We're going to tip backwards. We got to quick get some luggage in the front, so we go forward again. We're still tip backwards. You need a lot of luggage in the front to balance out these people. But then when you fly, you see it because you see the nose pointing down the entire time you fly. So it's kind of strange. Fuel, because we want to keep the fuel balanced. I used to put all the fuel in the front and then balance out the luggage, but that's dumb because then you got to mess with your fuel selection. So we'll keep the fuel balanced. We'll just put a bunch of sandbags up front to counteract all the people back here. That's what we'll do. Let's barely balance it though. There you go. I can see it teetering a little bit. That's what we're going to do for weight and balance. Let's hide that. Let's hide this as well. Let's remove the control lock by clicking down there. We're going to switch to battery now. Everything's going to flash. I love when it does that. DC Master will come on and remove the GPU. So I guess we could hop outside if you want to see it disappear. We normally don't do this way, so let's have a look at it. There's a GPU. We can. Oh, I can't though because we need a little black book. Darn it. Let's go like this. Take out our little black book and go way over here like this, and then hop outside and have a look at our GPU. All that work just to watch that go away. So while we are here, let's close the baggage doors. Oh, I missed that one. Let's close the baggage doors, front and back. There we go. Close this for right now. What else are we going to do here? Move GPU. Get some lights on because we're all ready to start up. So you want to turn on that one, that one, that one, that one. Actually, this one. Yeah, we'll turn that on now too. Let's turn them all on. Let's turn that on too because it's a switch and we can flick it. All right, emergency lights go to arm now. Oh, it actually went the right way. For the first time ever, it went the right way. Weird. Don't know. Can't explain it. All right, let's hop down here. We're going to turn on avionics maturity 100, which you normally don't do until you start your engines because it can be dangerous. But in this aircraft, apparently, we do all this now. So, why do we have this on this one now? Whatever. Probably from our last flight. Flight plan. Do we have one? No, this is a VFR flight. So all we're going to do is clear whatever flight plan is in here. Oh, yeah, that was that last disaster. Which actually wasn't a disaster, was it? Oh, this one doesn't have scroll wheel. This one is just clicky, clicky. Okay, let's back up. That's too close. All right. Let's just put in where we're going, which is 7 Bravo 2. Okay, so is it that one? And then that one? Okay, that'll work. 7, whoops. 1 click behind. 7 Bravo 2. There we go. Piece of cake. Go here, direct. Yes. I know it's out of date and all that stuff. Boom. 33 nautical miles. Whoa. 50-mile difference. Driving versus, or nautical mile difference as a crow flies. I know you don't drive nautical miles. I just take the driving distance, convert it to nautical miles, and then as a crow flies, it's always shorter. That way I have a pleasant surprise, and my flights are shorter, not longer. Although we did do one recently that was much, much longer. Anyway, quick and easy. All right, I don't have anything. It's completely VFR. So we're going to be pulling up the map a little bit. It's not really cheating. It's like having an iPad on our lap with a real time pixel for where we are. Okay, so anyway, that's it for that. That is our flight plan. VFR only, which you normally wouldn't do VFR only on this thing, I don't think. But we're going to today. So otherwise, instruments, no instruments. Let's go over here. Let's check our weather. Since it's turned on. What do we have? Wind, 280 at 7. Altimeter, that's what we want first. 30, 26. So let's hide that thing. Let's zoom way in. 30, 20. There's 2. There's 24, 30, 26. I guess that's closer. So let's do that one. As far as how we're going to take off, though. 280 at 7. So whatever runway is closest to 28. We have a 29. There it is. The reason why that works is that means it's coming from 280. This is facing 290. So only 10 degrees off. All right? So 290 or 29. It's probably going to be this runway here. That would be like 270-ish. Oh, wait a second. No, that would be 290. That would be 33. This would be 33. This would be 29. So we're just going to do what? Can we get out that way? I can't really see. That contrast isn't very good. I think there's a taxiway. We'll just turn left and to runway 29. Boom, just like that. All right, then we get closer to destination. We'll check our destination weather as well. Otherwise, there is that. Test the caution lights. I guess we can do that. We can be thorough. Where's our caution lights? Test. Give me. Oh, come on. Test. Come down here. Here. Everything should be on. That means the lights aren't out. Because if your lights go out, then you won't know if there's a problem. Keep them bright because it's daytime. Close the baggage doors. We did. Close the passenger door, and we'll do that now. We'll come up here and close the driver's side door. I was going to say. The pilot's door. And we're ready to start this thing up. Fuel boost. 1, 2, and those stand for the whole flight, by the way. Fuel levers forward. Let me reset these other ones because I forget to reset when we do the sim start over. Okay, let's do that again. Forward. Throttles a quarter forward. Both engine igniters 1 and 2. And we'll start the left engine. And it should spin up. And there we go. And since this is going to be story time, I'm going to talk about my job a little bit as part of story time. Whenever you hear my phone dinging in the background, I know that might get annoying because my microphone picks it up. It's because I'm on call pretty much all the time. So I have to have alerts. And sometimes I actually will pause the sim. You just don't know it in editing. So Sorry that I hear my phone dinging sometimes. It's a necessary evil if I want to keep my job. So that's just the way it's going to be. And we have prop rotation, obviously, we can tell from our gauges. Let's hop back up here and do the other engine. And it's starting, come down here, you can look at the gauges spinning around. That's how we know things are working. Or you can just look outside, because that's fun too. And we see the shadow. It's spinning around. There we go. Alright, everything is spinning. Flick, 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 flick. The generator's next. Reset. And then on, and then reset. And then on. Engine igniters can come off now. And air bleeds can come on now. And temp and climate, we'll do auto and warm it up a little bit because it's a cool morning. And let me go on and warm up there too. De-icer, sure, why not? It's just fun to click stuff. I don't think it's simulated or anything. We'll do that. We'll do auto. There we go. And pytatit. Boom. Make sure all the warnings and stuff are out. We can do it that way or that way, and they are. Taxi lights can come on, just like this. Flaps, we'll just bring them right down to 10, which I don't know where you tell on this one. I normally don't use that gauge. I normally use this gauge, which you can't actually see from there. Yeah, see, that's too many. So flaps 10, what does it look like up here? Can't even tell. Okay, whatever. I normally don't use that gauge, like I said. Props forward should change. Well, we don't need them that far forward to taxi. Let's bring them back a little bit. Let's hop outside. I think we're still returning left, so let's give this thing some fuel and turn to the left, and we'll taxi to runway. I think I said 29 because the wind was coming out of 280. All right, here we go, crossing the dotted line. And we're just going to turn left. Can we go more left, or do we have to back taxi on that? We do have to back taxi a little bit. That's fine, not a problem. I don't mind back taxiing. Actually, you know I hate back taxiing. But we're going to because we have to. In fact, you know, I'm just going to keep you with me for this whole little taxi, unless I have some major screw up, like I'm going to the right, even though I have a left rudder. Anyway, lots of trees. I'm glad we're not landing here. We clip a whole bunch of trees. And the reason why that happens is because when people model these airports, if they don't have an exclusion zone big enough, AutoGen will often fill in right up to it. Or if there were no trees when they modeled it, but they didn't have a big enough exclusion zone, when AutoGen updates, or whatever, when the sim updates the AutoGen, you can have problems like this, where there's no way we can land with those trees that close. There's just no way. Alright, so let's use this little pad here to turn around. And we will get ready for takeoff here. And turn around. We will test the reversers because half the time we do wheelies, half the time we actually go backwards or slow down. So we're going to test them just so you know it works. In case I pop a wheelie when we land, I can have excuses. Alright, so we're going to slow this down again. We're going to put the props forward, throttles back, and test reversers. And they're working good. So there we go. Stop that. Set the parking brake. And we're going to do, hop up here. General entrance lights come off now. And taxi lights can come off. Landing lights can come on. Start the clock, which is over here in this one. There we go. Right? There we go. Just like that. Props forward, they already are. Takeoff at 65 to 70 knots. We're going to use autopilot today. I wasn't planning on it, but we might. Where are we right now? We're 1,000 feet up. At most, then. It's a really, really, really short flight. At most, we'll hit... we're not going to hit 5 grand. Let's just do 4 grand, just in case I want to use it. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go. STOL, so nothing wants to spool up or anything. We'll just let go of the parking brake. And let this thing roll up on its own. We have like 5 times the runway we need. And we're just waiting for airspeed to come alive. And there it is. A little bit of right rudder. Okay, that's working. We're going to bounce a little bit, I see. And we want to do 65 knots. Too much right rudder. I was looking at my gauge. Oh, we could take it off a long time ago. Let's rotate. Fixed gear, but we're going to step on the brakes to stop those wheels from spinning. And we have a positive rate. Let's get those flaps in. This is causing me to do weird things. And I don't feel any wind. How nice is that? And look at this. Straight line. Literally, couldn't be straighter to where we're going. So we don't have a GPS approach, no instrument approach. We're just going to fly towards it based on the GPS, and then we'll pick a runway based on weather and land. That's how we're going to do this. Oh my gosh, everything's, look at this, effortless. We got the perfect climb speed, so I'm going to hit IAS. Let's use autopilot. IAS, and hit this to nav, and let's do nav on the GPS, and let's do alt alert. What the heck? Why not? IS will slow us down a little bit, and then we'll come back up again. And we're just going to follow GPS. We'll level off of 4,000 feet. Maybe we could go a little bit higher. Maybe. Let's do 4,500. It's just such a short flight, though. Let's do 46 because it's there. That was easy. All right, I wasn't going to use autopilot, but why not? Because now we can look around right away. Look at that. We're already hands-free looking around. We're going to take screenshots right off the bat. Alrighty, after takeoff checklist. IS hold. Stop the wheels. That's it. That's all I've got. Don't have to worry about engine management in this thing. You can keep this full throttle all the way if you want to. Won't start a fire or anything. If there's another version of this aircraft someday, I hope Rob does something about engine management so you can blow it up if you screw up, because that's always fun. All I have to do is go full throttle, steam ahead. I said that wrong, didn't I? Anyway, story time. Let's find a nice view. Let's first, though, have a look here. We're not going to calculate VNAV because I don't know what altitudes we are. When we get our weather for the destination, then we'll get airport elevation, but otherwise, we're just going to cook along. It's going to be a really short flight. That 20 minutes is going to go down to 10 as soon as we level off here. Where are we at? Come up on 4 grand. We'll keep the 4,600, I guess. A little bit of haze. Alright, so story time. What do I have to say? My work, my job, I've mentioned it before. My main, well, what I used to call my main job is I have a green piano. I used to play piano professionally, teach. I had 54 students, all ages, competitions, commissions, performances, just all kinds of stuff. That was my main job. But met my wife. Did not. Well, I did some music when I met her because we moved, but I got burnt out, so we moved back and fell into a job where I do tech support, high-level tech support for security camera systems for retail environments. And it's not the tech support where your grandma calls and says my coffee tray broke off my computer. It's not that at all. It is I'm talking to technicians in the field who've been doing it for 30 years, and they need additional help. So I am their additional resource. So it's very stressful in a good way. I talk to about 110 people a day in 9 hours. Every 9 hours, about 110 people. Every 3 minutes, it's a different problem with a different skill set, meaning the technician has different skill sets. So I have to talk to them differently. So in other words, my audience changes every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes. Different technician with a different skill set, with a different problem, with a different personality. And that's what the story time is about. So, where we're flying right now, in Worcester, Massachusetts, I have a really good AV tech. And I get nervous because when he calls me, wow, look at that crosswind. When he calls me, I get nervous because I feel he actually knows more than I do about this stuff. But it's obviously not true because he has to call me for help. However, I help him with the weird, obscure things like, why doesn't this work? Well, because I've learned this little thing and that little thing that don't make sense. You have to trust me, do it, boom, it works again. So when this guy calls where we're flying now, I get really nervous. And look at that insane crosswinds. Wow. Anyway, the other technicians, it's more like I'm doing on-the-job training, where you've got a guy who's been in the field for 30 years doing analog equipment. All of a sudden, he has to change the IP address of a camera, which most of my viewers could probably do without knowing anything about cameras, right? You just change your laptop's NIC to be the same scheme as the camera. You browse to it, find the TCP/IP page, and change it. There are some obscurities, like there is one manufacturer where you have to use their software tool because it won't let you in the first time. Even if you know the default IP, it won't let you in until you use their software to activate it, and then you can't even get to the TCP/IP page until you uncheck a bunch of things that lock you. It's a disaster. Those are the things that I don't mind helping with. That's what I'm here for. But when a technician is like, I've got this camera, and I know the IP, but I can't see it, it's like, did you change the NIC on your laptop? How do I do that? Go to the property on TCP/IP v4 and change it. How do I do that? You go to your adapter settings and change it. What are adapter settings? Go to your control panel or network and sharing center. Where's that? And you see where I'm going with this. That stuff I can do without. But otherwise, for the most part, I love my job. It is never, ever something I thought I would ever be doing, which kind of makes for the best job because you like it, because you're sticking with it. I am the manager of my department, which unfortunately is down to 1. We're supposed to have a department of 5, but unfortunately I screwed that up by working too hard and too well. It's the type of thing where I'm too good at my job. So instead of having 5 people, they had us down to 3, and then one guy got fired, which he deserved to be. And they never replaced him because I took up the slack smoothly. And that brought us down to 2. And that other guy just quit, which is fine because he was not a fit for the position. It was not my idea to hire him. Somebody was desperate. And they're like, we need to hire this person. And I couldn't say no. So he quit, which is fine. So I'm by myself. But in a couple months, we should be back up to the department of 3 to 5 again, like we're supposed to be. Because I wrote a big letter to the CEO. That's how small my company is. I can talk directly to the CEO and say, hey, this is why people aren't working out, because I can't manage, because I'm the primary person, when I should just be sitting back and just kind of watching things and observing and actually managing things. And I can't do that because I'm the primary. So then they're like, well, what kind of things we need to do? And then I bring up technicians like this part of the country. This is a good technician, but he's one in the few. Because of all these other people, we're basically training. We're not supposed to be training, but you insist on hiring them. We need more people to do that because phone calls are lasting longer. And I cannot help my guys and gals help them because I'm too busy training people how to change the network card on their laptop so they can start to the job. So that is my story. It wasn't as organized of a storytelling as I was hoping, but I don't want to bore you either, but that's what I do most of the day, all day. And I'm always on call, of course, which doesn't really mean a whole lot. Usually what that means is there's a manager of a retail store freaking out because their UPS is beeping and they're afraid that their equipment's going to start smoking, so I just have to calm them down and tell them how to turn off a UPS. Because if you know anything about UPSs, you can't just push the power button and let go, and that's on purpose. There's usually a procedure involved, and I help them through that. So in a nutshell, that's what I do. I've been doing my current job for 4 years, but I've been in the field for 13 plus. I've been in the job for 17 and a half years in the field. I totally fell into it. I was doing music. I was doing a lot of music, but I was burning out. So I took a security job just because I was desperate, and it paid insanely well. And they're like, you know how to operate a computer. So all of a sudden I was doing cameras and things in-house for a 30 or 13, I think it was $30 billion company. And and I can't tell you what I did exactly because you would know these areas, but I programmed a lot of card access that you probably use yourself, and without realizing it, security cameras, programmed the back end, did all this stuff as a security guard. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting paid way under for what I'm doing. So then I found this other job. Somebody invited me to work with them, and here I am, running the department. Come home, play with the kids, help my wife after kids go to bed with her hobbies and things, and then when I should be going to bed, I fly planes and tell stories. And that was way more personal information than I wanted to share, but why not, I guess. At least I don't have a YouTube channel where it's 100% personal, and that's how I live, is by sharing personal stuff. But anyway, because of the nature of a flight simulator addict, I figured a lot of you would understand and appreciate what I'm talking about. So that's why I decided to tell you that. And that's why we're flying in this area. And now it is time to fly a plane because we're only 10 miles out and I'm really high in the sky. And we got to figure out what we're doing. So let's quickly find our destination, which is what? 7 Bravo 2, right? 7 Bravo 2. Airport elevation 122. Whoa, we got to come way down. And wind line variable, we're going to fly straight in, whatever runway that is. That's going to be 32. We'll fly straight in runway 32, 3021. Let's kill autopilot and bring throttles back. Let's just come way down in a hurry, props forward. And I forgot what that altimeter was, because we're not coming down. Calm down, please. Down, 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 down. Thank you. All right, here we go. 3021. Not that much down. Here we go. Let's do 3021. 3021. There we go. That'll look like that. Alrighty. Let's do this in a realistic manner, shall we? Instead of coming out at 3,000 feet per minute, people just like that. Just what he just did now would be like worse than coming over the top of a roller coaster. So let's not do that. All right, let's turn back because we got way off course. Because that's what happens when you're looking at maps instead of out the window when you're VFR all of a sudden. We have hills. We suddenly have all these hills. That's not an airport right there, is it? It better not be. We're in big trouble if it is. No, I don't know what that is. Better not be an airport. No, it's a field. Okay, anyway, where are we? We're suddenly at 1,500 feet because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Let's level off. Let's give some throttle back in there. Holy moly, Rocky. That was a very, very quick descent. I am going to get a letter about that one. Let's look outside super fast though while I try to fly from the outside, which is always very difficult. And what amazing scenery yet again. Like usual, this is X-Plane. I know it's a flight simulator and not a scenery simulator, but when you've been flying flight sim as long as I have, you appreciate as much eye candy as your rig can run. Alrighty, we are just going to follow these mountains. Because if we want to fly straight in, we gotta go to the left a little bit. So let's get our throttles forward. We do not need to go this slowly. We don't even need to be this low. What are we at? 1,900. Wait, no. We're at 900 feet. Let's get going. Jeez. I forget how maneuverable this thing is. It's like a little sports car in the air. You want to come down 3,000 feet? Boom, you're suddenly down 3,000 feet. And in that case, too much of a good thing. So anyway, here we go. Descent, checklist, approach. Decision height doesn't apply. Well, it does, but we're VFR. Barometer, yes. Landing lights are already on. Approach at 100 knots. Touchdown to 75. That's it. We're just going to book through here quickly as we can. Looking at cities along the way. There's the river. Because if you look at the map on our iPad, the airport is just after that river. See that? And we want to catch that runway. So we might not be able to fly straight in from here. Because that mountain. We might have to go around and circle to land. Because there's a runway right off the nose. Yeah, we can't do that from here. Wind's still light and variable, we'll do the other runway. Let's just double check the weather. Light and variable, we're going to do runway 14. We have to. Right? Well, yeah, I guess if we were coming from the other side of that mountain, we could do this. I love that Tree Lines and Farm add-on. Yeah. I don't know. Without knowing the area, if we knew the area, this wouldn't be a problem, because we would know how to approach. I mean, it is a little dog leg. I think we need to circle around. I don't know the airport well enough. I don't know it well enough to catch that runway. Plus, I'm really distracted by the scenery. Otherwise, let's see here. Yeah, I don't... Whoops, I keep doing the wrong preset. I really don't think... No, we're going to go around. So we will circle to land. And just take runway 14. It doesn't really matter. Alright, let's look outside them while we can, because we got a ways to go now, because now we got to make a U-turn, sort of. We'll do a right traffic pattern. See, there's a runway. I don't know, think we can do it? Why do I keep hitting the preset wrong? Let's just do it. Flaps coming down. All the way down to 30. Controlling our throttle. Let's just do it. We're in a twin otter. We can do stuff like this. That's what this stuff is for. Let's get our speed up a little bit. We want to touch down to 75, and this is a really narrow runway, so I'm totally going to slam into the ground, aren't I? Because it feels like you're in a big pickup truck on these runways. So let's slow down as much as we can. What's that? We're at 75 now. This is our touchdown speed. We're a little high, I think. No, we're not. It's just a really narrow runway. Here we go. Let's do this. Feels like we're going so fast, but we're not. We're gonna use the stall here. Throttle, flare, touchdown smooth. There we go. We're down, so you can't even tell. Nose wheel up. Keep that nose wheel. Did we just float? Nope. No, we didn't float. Nose wheel down. What the hell happened? What just happened? Look how fast we can stop, though. Boom. What was that? Let me get my act together here. Touchdown was greatly smooth. It was perfectly smooth touchdown. The nose wheel came down softly, but I was going to the left. I really, really, really... Does that say X-plane at the airport? I really, really, really got to get rudder control. I can't do this without co-pilot. Let's stop. Set the parking brake. I really need my rudders on my feet. I have to. Let's see what we're going to do here. Taxi lights can come on. Landing lights can come off. Let's stop this clock. 17-minute flight time. No editing, by the way. That was straight through with my conversation. Landing lights can or general entrance. Okay, we're good. All right. Parking brake off. Props back to whatever. Taxi and let's go. Look how narrow this is. So anyway, touchdown was perfectly smooth. I mean, that was a greaser if I've ever seen one. Even though we were down. And then the nose wheel I kept off the ground. Didn't want to slam it down. Although this isn't a Cessna, I could have gotten the nose wheel down sooner. My problem, though, is I started drifting left even though I had right rudder. I don't... These paddle rudder control is just... It's for the birds. It's making me look stupid is what's happening. Alrighty, let's just slowly taxi through here because this is a really small taxi. See? There, see? Do you see how it jerked to the left? It does that. Like, when I look at my calibration screen for my axis for my rudder paddles, it jiggles really quickly and it's never ever centered. And I think that's a big part of my problem. Anyway, enough excuses, although that's a pretty darn good excuse if you ask me. See, there it went again. See? Weird. It just won't center. So let's taxi, although I think that airplane was really close. Yeah, they're all really close. Let's just go over here. I love that X-plane sign. I didn't even know you could do that. Let's just go over here carefully and slowly. And we'll let people out. I need to fly that thing. That thing's awesome. I really got to start flying some more default aircraft. The Cessna's amazing. But after doing some payware, you know, it's hard to get back into the default stuff other than the Cessna. But I should really do that. Have like a default aircraft appreciation series or something. Okay, here we go. Parking brake is set. Props back to feather. Taxi lights come off now, but we'll leave the collision lights on for a moment because we are still running. GPS and radios off because that's the safe thing to do. I don't think this turns off though. No, it doesn't. Fuel boost cut off. That will turn off the fuel. And we'll bring the fuel lever back. Now we can turn the collision lights off because we don't have anything running, and we'll turn off a bunch of other stuff. Basically, if we can click it, we'll click it. What else? Get the GPU out. Come down here, GPU, and yes, hide that. So now we can switch this to external. There we go. Lights will still be on that way. Generators can come off now, but people can still see what they're doing because we have the GPU hooked up. Bleed air can come off while we're at it. General entrance is already on. Let's go back to test so people can see. DC master can come off, and there we go. There's everything there. Our co-pilot really has to go to the bathroom, so we'll let him out. Go ahead, dude. Go for it. All right, let's open that. Let's pull up this black book so that we can come outside and spin around super fast like this and open up the baggage door so you could actually see it happen this time. There we go. And then we're going to hop inside again through our door and let people out. We'll let that one open too. Why not? All right, I think that's it. Yes, it is. Checklist complete. Welcome to Massachusetts, to Northampton, from Worcester to Northampton. Hope you enjoyed story time. I know some of you do, some of you don't. That's why I do some flights with stories, some flights without. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying the high frame rates. Wow. Nice clear skies. A little bit of haze. I like the hangar that they're building. Anyway, not much else to say. Where are we going next? I don't know. We're going to go to Michigan next, unless they have a subscriber request. So that being said, if you do have a request for your state, and you want me to fly somewhere specifically, just put it in the comments below. I'm recording quite a bit ahead, though. I will give you that warning. I'm about a month ahead in recording, and that's because I'm preparing for my Minecraft series on another channel. I get to play Minecraft with a celebrity Minecrafter, and I'm not going to put those videos on this channel. Minecraft audience and Flight Sim audience aren't exactly the same type of audience, although I'm sure some of you enjoy both. But anyway, I'm recording a bit ahead. My point being, if you do have a flight request for your state, leave comments below. If I need to redo a state, I will. We don't have to stop at 50 flights. If you have 50 states, the series can go longer than that. Otherwise, if you're a subscriber, think we're continuing requests. Let me start that over. If you are a regular, let me start again without editing. This is what happens when we don't edit. You get a lot of mistakes that you all get to hear. If you are a big subscriber, thank you for your continued support. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please like, please turn on notifications so you get notified when I upload a video for the series. If you haven't seen this series before, check out the playlist. And with that being said, I'm going to plan my next flight, so I'll catch you on the next one.